wrap our brains around images like that we're seeing out of Japan. Tough for us as adults to comprehend. But what about our kids? As we see those images of cars, boats, houses just washed away. When our children do see these images, what do we tell them? And should we shield them from these kind of images as well? Getting your take on it. We had a chance to talk to a clinical psychologist a little bit earlier about what is the right time to approach our kids, to expose them to a tragedy like this. Can we teach them? When is it too early to talk to them about this? Getting your take on it. Let's go to the phones. Brad's with us, North Carolina. Hey, Brad, your thoughts here? Do you have kids, Brad?
No, I don't, but I'm a pediatric therapist here in North Carolina.
Oh, great.
And I work with my company, Child Whispers, along with my wife, who is also a child development specialist. And we see kids throughout the week that we treat and work with who are having a lot of trouble dealing with the anxiety from this. They really aren't processing this very well. And with regard to some of the things that your psychologist was saying, I just kind of wanted to point out a couple things that I maybe disagreed a little bit with her on.
Okay.
I felt like maybe we should grade our kids and ease our kids into this situation versus letting them watch all of the coverage that they want, because I think, as one of your viewers from Facebook put it, kids are more savvy and somewhat desensitized due to video games and everything else. But I think that they also understand, as they're more savvy, that these video games are fiction and what they're seeing is reality.
Yeah.
And now it seems like kind of fiction is becoming reality for them. So I think if we, ease them in, let them watch just a little bit of coverage at a time, if we let them participate in maybe a food drive to feel like they're taking back some control of the situation, but maybe if we save the disaster planning and things like that till, a couple weeks down the road.
Got it.
I think that maybe that would be a little bit better for them, because I see a lot of kids that might be overwhelmed and having nightmares if we try to engage them in all this all at once.
Okay, Brad, we talked to Michelle Gollin, by the way, that last hour. That's who we're referring to. And the first thing Michelle said was, don't let them watch too much. She said a child can be overwhelmed. And she says an adult can be too, for that matter. But maybe you did hear that portion of it. My take is, I think I want to get your take on this as well. You gotta know your child. Some kids may be a little bit more desensitized. Some kids may be able to handle some more images that another kid can't. 2 10-year-olds, one may be able to watch this, another may not, right?
Absolutely. There are some kids that have diagnoses that predispose them to anxiety, or that are anxious children to begin with, and parents know if their child is like that and when they need to really just take them away from these images and immerse them in their regular, safe, daily routines. But at the same time, I think that there are a lot of kids, when you get under the age of 7, there are a lot of kids that don't appear to be having a problem with this, but it comes up in some over-aggression or some poor behavior or nightmares, because kids, again, don't process things the way we do, and they may be desensitized, but maybe they're starting to kind of try to process it by ignoring it, by pushing it to the back of their subconscious versus dealing with it through anxiety and obsessing about it like some kids would. So,
Brad, is there an age where you say, no, too young? Are you saying under 7 is too young for a child to see some of these images?
Yeah, I'm saying that, under 6, under 7, under that general age where they're getting into first grade, things are becoming more regimented, more concrete. They're in more of the adult world scholastically and with regard to the rest of their lives. When they're 5, 4, 3, 2, on down, of course, they just don't have the skills to be able to even begin to process what they're seeing. But, I have kids that I work with that are even 10, 11, 12, and that have somewhat of an issue with anxiety, that are becoming obsessed with this issue. And I'm telling parents, grade back how much you let them watch, talk about them with what they are seeing, let them get immersed in something where they feel like they have some control.
Got it. Hey, Brad, thanks for calling in. We got to run here. So we're off rolling with this conversation.